Good evening, friends. Today we will talk about defamation. What is defamation? Okay, defamation is something which is defaming a person or a group of persons or an institution or anything like that. When we say defaming, what matters is the words which are used. It can either be oral or it can be in written. It can be anyhow, and it need not be directly to the person to whom we are abusing, defaming rather. So it need not be directly, it can even be an indirect information which is passed on, defaming the person who we intend to defame. So when a person gets defamed, what are the options available to the person? See, there is something called, when a person is defamed, what is the primary thing which should be taken into consideration? Primary basic necessity is that the person should have a good standing in the society. When I say good standing in the society, it means the reputation that the person carries by himself or by herself. It may be either due to the profession or the job that the person or the business that the person is carrying on, or it can be due to the vocation rather, or rather the practice that the person is following. See, for example, we can take up business people. Those who are into business, they have a good name in the society, and if any person spreads wrong information about such business people, then the business people who are having such good standing in the society can file a case for defaming, that is for defamation. Okay, now why am I differentiating between those who are having good standing in society and others? See, some people, they are already in a position where there is no need to be defamed further. Hope you are understanding. It may be due to circumstances or it may be due to any reason. So there need not be, see, for example, I'll just give you a very simple example for you to understand. If I call a drunkard as a drunkard, then that person cannot file a case against me for defamation, because what I have stated is a fact. Okay, but when it comes to the defamation case, any person who need not be an abuse, mind you, the language with which we address the other person whom we are defaming, either in written or in oral, is what matters in a defamation case. Always remember, it can be oral or it can be written anyway, or it can be both also. Okay, but the only criteria is the person should have a good standing in the society. The reputation should be there. Now, what is the solution available? Defamation case can be filed before the magistrate, and it's a criminal case. Of course, it is when we say it is a criminal case, it is not like as serious as murder or something like that. It is bailable and it is, it is compoundable. Means what? It can be settled. It's a case which can be settled by the parties upon payment of compensation, upon apology. There are various things which are involved in that, which I would not rather go into because it is too technical in nature and not needed. But what you basically need to know is only that the person who has been defamed needs to have a good reputation in the society. Need not be that the person is very well known, should be very well known to the entire area, or say probably the entire society, entire world, entire India. Nothing of that sort. If the person is a well-known person in the area, when I say well-known, it is not that the person should be popular. Okay? If the person has a good name in the area, that will suffice in order to file a defamation case. Okay? So today we will end with this, just an insight into defamation.